What is better for Street Fighter 6? Fight stick or controller? We're going to find that out in today's video, or at least find out which one I personally am better with. Let me break down how we're going to figure it out. So you may have noticed that this is a Xbox One controller, and a lot of tournaments and locals are standardized to PS5. I don't have a PS5 or a PS5 controller. I do have a PS4 controller, but my theory or thought process here is this controller is one that I've used the most over basically any other controller ever. I've used this to play every Souls game, including Elden Ring, and anything I've played on the PC, as well as using it on the console. I do have a Series X controller, but I don't want to put it through the ringer, and this one has been toughened through the Souls games. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up two new characters. One of them I'm going to play with only controller, 5 or so games, we'll see what we get a feel for. The other, I'm going to use the fight stick, which is the Razer Panthera or something like that. Shout out to Scramby Eggman, gave it to me. And then I'm going to go to my main character and play 5 games on controller and 5 games on fight stick and see how it goes. So a lot of different variables we're watching here to kind of get the best idea of what is better for me personally. I don't have a hitbox, but maybe in a future video I'll try that out. I just want to see if my muscle memory built up over years on this controller helps me be a little bit better. I've never really used a fight stick until getting into Street Fighter, and I didn't really grow up playing at the arcades a lot, so not much experience there. And it's not like it is that wild to use a controller. There are a lot of pros who still use controller, like Punk or Mena. I believe I read somewhere that Luffy uses a PS1 controller. So I'm gonna show you real quick where I am at on Street Fighter 6 because I still am a beginner. If you watch my previous video, you can see my first 30 days in Street Fighter. And I have the game up right now that's flashing in my face, so let's take a look at where I'm at real quick. So when I first started playing Street Fighter 5, I learned Cody a little bit, but it was really just to barely play until Street Fighter 6 came out. When Street Fighter 6 came out, I played Cammy for the local and for learning. Like I said, you can watch that in the other video. Now, my current main is DJ. I still have a lot to learn, and hopefully I learn more with him over the course of this video as well. I am currently rank Iron at 2874 LP, as you can see there, so we are going to keep track of that when we get to the DJ part. 5 games with controller, 5 with fight stick, see how it goes. For the other characters, I am going to do... Marissa will be our fight stick character, and I asked some friends that are much better at fighting games than me who they think would be one of the best for controller, and they said Ken. So Ken will be our controller player. So I'm going to learn each character, just the basics, and then we're going to jump in, maybe do 1 or 2 warm-up casual matches, and then do our 5 ranked matches. So, wish me luck. I just realized going through this and laying it all out that 5 matches, it would work because I would just track the results, but to get a better idea, why not do the 10 placement matches? So we're going to be doing 10 matches with each character in the end, 10 with Marissa, 10 with Ken, and then a total of 10 with DJ, 5 on controller, 5 on fight stick. So anywhere I said 5, just know it's gonna be 10. We are starting with Marissa on the fight stick. Once again, I have this Razer Panthera, and we are going to warm up a little bit and learn Marissa, just the basics, maybe do 1 or 2 casual matches to get a feel for it, and then jump right in to ranked placement matches and see where we are able to place. I'm not super confident in my abilities with Marissa, but that's kind of the point. It's more so judging just what I can do better with controller or fight stick. There are some things that I'm really bad at Street Fighter still. If you didn't watch my previous video, I'm brand new to fighting games basically in general this year, and I'm really bad at canceling, which is a very huge part of stringing combos together. So it's something I'm working on, but don't roast me too much in the comments for any of the gameplay. I am a noob. Ooh, off to a great start. that was really sloppy and bad. We'll see what we can do with this next round. Oh, you didn't follow that up. Alright, I just need to counter that instead of try to break through. Oh, she got me. Damn. I thought I was gonna have a second to block. Damn. I said earlier I need to stop trying to break through that, but then I didn't. Oh, I threw that away. Alright. Well, there's one placement match down. Let's show you the second, and then maybe keep some more suspense throughout. It's okay. It's a new character. It's all part of the experiment. I've literally played 2 matches and done like 3 combo trials, and that's it. I gotta remember her anti-air. There we go, we're learning! We're learning! I shouldn't have let go. I was charging something, but I let go of it. I should have known that was the super coming. Yes, burn yourself out. Oof. Ooh, you're not gonna let up now. Yes! I'm so glad I pulled that out. Woo! Alright. See you when I'm closer to the end. So, who would have guessed that trying to play ranked Street Fighter in the middle of the day, 12 p.m. CST to be exact, would not result in great matches. I unfortunately had some kind of connection error, and I basically forfeited a match because I disconnected. As you can see here, the next match was against a Rashid from China that had 1 bar of connection. I did pretty decently, but ended up losing and then not doing the rematch, of course, so I will have to come back to it more during the hours of when people in my area are actually online. But we'll have to take that into consideration with the final rank we get with Marissa. So we are back again a couple days later, this time at night, to finish up the placement matches for Marissa. We did have that little slip up with bad connection or whatever, but we'll take that into consideration. I'm hoping to get the Marissa games done and the Ken games done tonight, but work a full-time job. It's hot as fucking hell right now, so let's see what we can do. Oh, didn't mean to double jump there. Oh. Oh. Am I not lagging anymore? So I had a really bad match against a Ryu, and it was really annoying. But this has been going better. Oh, that was dumb. Oh, that match went better. It went really bad. Oh my gosh, I went up against a Zangief for my last two placement matches, and I can't blame it entirely on connection or my PC doing something weird, but maybe just a tiny bit. I think one of the hardest things for me is getting used to matchups, so it is hard to just do a couple casual games, do a tiny bit of training, and then jump into ranked, but we will see how the controller goes. I already think just from this it's going to go a lot better, but we also do have the control, as you will call it, that we're going to do at the end, which is using my main character at the moment, DJ, for 5 controller matches and 5 stick matches and seeing how they go. So there's Marissa down. If you didn't see, rookie 1 star. It's the worst rating I've ever got in this game. Today is controller day, and I've done my little bit of practice, barely getting down any bit of Ken. Same thing I did with Marissa. Couple cabinet matches, and now we're just gonna jump right into ranked. I think Ken is a more dynamic character, and of course I'm not even close to unlocking his full potential. Same thing with Marissa, but Marissa seemed like there were a couple really easy things to do off the bat for a good amount of damage. And on controller, I am noticing a couple benefits. Certain things are easier and more consistent, especially anything like fireballs. And the downside so far is the way it feels on your thumb on the sticks. Like I said, I'm using an Xbox One controller. I could go get my Series X controller, but these are kind of the controllers I beat up and play a lot of Dark Souls with and stuff like that, so they're more what I'm used to. So the idea here is, while I've played Street Fighter more on the fight stick, I have way less time with a fight stick compared to a controller, and specifically this controller. So we're gonna do the Ken matches, see how it goes, and then at the very end we'll go back to DJ and see which one I perform better with as a sort of control. Alright, Cammy, we should, for the most part, know what to look for on this at least. I've been having some issues with a couple different games and recording or streaming where OBS is getting a little overloaded. So I think those first 2 matches, there's probably not any usable footage, but I'll try again to get at least some clips. If not, you'll see the results at the end. So far, not off to a great start. I lost the first 2 against a pretty good Cammy. She definitely had an exact strategy with the character and how to just be a game plan, basically. So it worked out really well for them. We're gonna try again and see if we can get at least a little bit of footage in here and there. I changed some settings in the game. If that's not gonna work, I'm working on sprucing up my PC a little bit so that this hopefully doesn't happen. Another Cammy. I should know how to play against Cammy. I really should. I just need to be more patient. Oh, how did I miss that? Sheesh. Okay, let's... No! I should have seen the grab come in, to be honest. I just kind of let it happen. Unfortunate. Maybe I'm just bad at Street Fighter, and it doesn't really matter if it's controller. Another thing that a lot of people will do is they just want to win in ranked, which is totally fair. And I'm trying to learn and get better. So I'm trying to use a bunch of strategies instead of just what wins. But I need to get better at like just letting them work themselves out if, you know, they want to. I could have counted that too. I always forget it has such a big window to counter that. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can do this, but I'm really bad at it. Oh, I thought I could get him on the... I punched out. There's some pretty decent camis for playing against, you know, new challengers and things like that right now. Next 6 matches, we can do better. We can do better.
So that was a fucking lie.
As you can see, this has gone pretty bad. If I said anywhere in this video that this is the worst I've ever done, this is the worst that I've ever done. Controller feels nice, but I think I'm very on tilt, but we have 1 match left. So let's see how it goes. Oh, I can't believe that. I've had some good games too where I just come out of the gate swinging and my opponent either reacts to it really well the next couple rounds or I just fall off. I've taken really good rounds off of a couple people but lost every match, as you can see, the 9 out of 10 X's. So I don't know if I've learned anything for me yet, particularly, besides the fact that I obviously need to play more fighting games and more Street Fighter in general. That was never really in question. Obviously, I have a long ways to go. I just barely started playing a couple months ago, but it felt good to get this question out of the way before I really dive in further into the game. And there's another Cammy. Alright. You should know how to play against Cammy. Sorry, Papa Bones, for quitting.
Chilling with my boys and we cruising down the street. It's getting really hot. Yeah, these bars are super heat. Yeah, driving in this car. Yeah, we finna go to Mars.
Yeah, I'm really fucking sad. I might go across the car.
Oh!
At least we did it. Is there anyone else that makes long edited videos that take multiple days showing them playing really bad? If not, you can always come to my channel for that. Oh, please like and subscribe for my pain. And let's get into the last part and see if we can actually answer this question, because so far I'm kind of just confused, because that was really bad. But hopefully it's just a bad day. Whew, alright. After that, I decided not to give up. I'm going to keep going. We're going to do our matches with controller on my current main character, DJ. As you can see, I am currently 2874 in Iron 5 or whatever. I'm going to tally each match between controller and stick and see how it goes. There are some interesting things I thought would be a little easier on controller. Like, I'm pretty bad at getting drive rush down. I thought that would be easier on controller, but I haven't really been able to do it. So it's just something in my timing or my head that I need to fix. I'm not going to record the DJ matches. I just want to focus on the ranked matches and see how it goes, but I will tally it. And you'll be able to see what my final LP is at after controller, and then after stick, I'll give you updates. I'm going to do the same process, do a little bit of a warm-up, 1 or 2 casual matches to practice, jump right into ranked. So, wish me luck. Well, I will say one thing. I am glad, I am proud of myself for powering through and doing it all in one night for the most part and sticking with it. That's what I will say. So if we consider going off of matches won and matches lost, looks like controller is doing pretty bad for me. I did manage to get 2 wins at the end there, but we had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses before we got there. Ended up playing a total of 7 because, you know, I always run it back, and me and this Ken kind of had a back and forth. I think so far there are definitely benefits to controller, and I am more comfortable with it, but I think it also varies by the character you're playing. DJ, I've realized, was harder to get his projectiles out because the input is much different than just quarter circle. So it was a little harder for me as I've gotten pretty used to it on the fight stick. The major drawback to controller so far is how my thumb feels, especially the left one that's on the thumbstick more often. That could possibly be changed by getting a controller that is explicitly meant for fighting games, or getting a pad, you know, just getting a better controller in general. I'm gonna just keep going, and I'm gonna switch back to stick and do my 5 or so matches of DJ and see how it goes. We are now at 2730 LP. We started controller at 2874. Not terrible, not great. We'll see how the fight stick goes. All right, the final results. As you can see, I am now at 2705 LP. So I went down over 100 LP. Here's my little sheet that you probably definitely can't read. I had some really weird matches when I was switching over to the arcade stick. I went up against a modern jury that was kind of laggy and absolutely did the same thing over and over and over again until she won, and then did not run it back. And then I won 2 matches, and then I met a Luke who did the same thing. It was a little bit laggy, modern controls, won, and then didn't run it back. So I won 3 matches with arcade stick against the 6 that I lost, and I lost 5 controller and 1 2. So I think the real moral of this video is just to keep practicing and see which one feels more comfortable to you, especially with your character. I think certain characters might work a little better on different peripherals, and then just practice and stick with a character as long as you can. If you feel one you like, stick with a peripheral that you like as long as you can, and practice, practice, practice. I am brand new to fighting games as of a couple months ago, like I've said, so roast me in the comments all you want. I know there's a lot I need to work on, and I am watching videos, I'm practicing, and intend to go to some locals here when I can afford it. So, if you have anything else that you would like me to try Street Fighter wise, you know, as a new player, figure out this versus that or whatever, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep practicing and keep making whatever video sounds cool at the moment. A lot of challenges, achievement hunting. There's some horror games coming up, so like and subscribe because I need to say that.